Hi everyone. Today is Monday, April 23rd, and I wanted to say hello and greet you from the global economic north. I'm currently filming from Ontario, Canada, and I'm just in this. First of all, I'm not even sure what I'm going to call this video, but maybe random musings or something like that. But I'm currently reading this book called Medical Apartheid. And I was drawn to this book because at one point I had an interest at going into medicine because of all the abuses in the psychiatric discipline. And I just felt that maybe I could be a beacon of change and actually help people deal with their emotional issues without using pharmaceuticals. And it made me just start thinking about how to get into the industry. So I don't know if I should do it in this video or another video, but I think that one of the things I learned from black feminist theory is that you have to have the courage to speak your story with authenticity, because you don't even know who else is going through the same experience and how your telling of your experience could actually help that person. So, Medical Apartheid, the dark history of medical experimentation on Black Americans from colonial times to the present, by Harriet A. Washington. I thought it'd be a really good read just to kind of familiarize myself with some of the issues, because if I ever went into medical practice, right now I'm 45 years old, I'm going to be 46 in July, and you hear all these stories about, oh, you're too old to do this, that, or whatever, but I don't even listen to that, because my life is not like a Eurocentric person's life, and I feel that I can accomplish whatever I want to accomplish. I just need some guidance in some areas, but I feel that we should be able to do what we want as well. And Medical Apartheid just made me think about some things in relation to the mental health sector. I can't stand psychiatry, and I hate this whole thing around mental health. I see a lot of these promotions about mental health this, mental health that. But when you're a black person and you're experiencing economic exploitation, you can't get that job because of the color of your skin. You're relegated to low-paying jobs, which make you in turn have to get more jobs. So you're working like 3, 4, 5 part-time jobs. That stuff is very, very taxing on the body, the mind, and the inner. And that can't be resolved with pharmaceuticals. So I don't know why the mental health industry doesn't even get that in Canada. It's really, really problematic, because I know that in Ontario, Toronto, Ontario, there's a lot of black people in these mental health, I call them mental health jails. They can't get them into the jail system anymore, so they have to find another way to incapacitate blacks. And I'm speaking on personal experience, just seeing a lot of blacks, and I was just like, why are there so many blacks in this place? And different places, and I'm like, you know what, this is just really wrong. So I'm not sure if I want to be that person to write about mental health and the problems with the abuse to the black community, because black people, from my position, black people don't have psychiatric problems. We have economic exploitation problems, and then that infiltrates other problems, such as, when you don't have enough to pay the rent, or you don't have enough to invest in buying your own home, or you don't have enough to feed the kids. It culminates other problems. So that isn't resolved by taking a pill or something from a pharmaceutical method that has been developed by some Asian out in China or Japan or somewhere, Taiwan or wherever. So, as well as India. So, I really wish there was more about the abuse towards blacks. And I know that Harriet A. Washington, who wrote Medical Apartheid, like, I haven't read the book yet, but I plan to do some video book review series on it. And, it's really sad. Like, we've been through a lot. And, I'm reading other literatures, and I'm just like, this is why I am so thankful for black-centric resources, because there's nothing else out there to help us develop what we need to develop. So, I'm interested to, maybe one day somebody will write about the black experience, but I think that what there needs to be is some serious, like, lawsuits or something to stop this forced medicating of blacks who have experienced economic exploitation problems. And that's what happens in the mental health sector. Like, Michael Moore made this documentary about the healthcare system in the States and how it was really bad. But I think that his research team should have actually been a little bit more helpful and done more work when it comes to the Canadian system, because the Canadian system is not good at all, especially for blacks. A lot of the stuff, like in Ontario, they have this health card, and the only things that this health card takes is pharmaceutically based stuff. So I'm a black person. I could, I may need, I don't know, a subscription to a track club, for example, because I need more exercise in my way of living. That track club expense cannot be used as a health expense and billed to the free health card. It's all pharmaceutically based, and I think that's really wrong, because I just grew up with a lot of, I was very exposed to a lot of things that made me feel that I could really accomplish something. But then when I moved from Western Canada to Toronto, I was just like, Toronto's got a lot of problems. Like, they talk about how it's this progressive place, and how, there's this cultural diversity, and there's this accepting of different cultures. But there's also this theme of integration. If you don't integrate with them, then you're not going to get anywhere. And I'm not an integrationist. I'm, in my personal life, I only deal with my own. So, I'll be doing more videos about medical apartheid, and just sharing my thoughts. Seems like a very interesting book to read. I've had it for about 8 months now, and I just picked it up, I remember, 8 months ago, and I was like, this is just too painful to read. Like, this is really going to make me angry. And but we have to experience that pain in order to see, okay, where do we need to go? And I'm not sure if I want to be dealing with sick people all day. Like, I would rather deal with my own kind, but I don't want to be dealing with other people, so other nationalities. They can deal with their own stuff. That's how I feel at this present time, because I just feel like there's a lot of things that we experience that people just don't get. But when I speak with another black person, they get it. I don't have to explain whatever I need to explain. So, on that note, I just wanted to say thank you for watching my videos. If you have a comment, just leave a comment. I'm not into the censorship stuff, so even if it's a criticism or a critique, that's fine. I do read the comments. I've been going through some stuff. I'm trying to really locate my passion and find a way to sustain myself economically so that I don't have to be dependent on anything. And I've lost myself a little bit, and I'd like to get myself back on track. So, on that note, leave me a comment, and I'll definitely get back to you. And thank you for watching my video, and have a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. Bye.